Okay. Hey everyone, it's Sunday, and not just Sunday, but Genshin Sunday. I hope you guys are looking forward. I'm gonna be continuing working on more of the story quests, to continue, so I can get to Sumeru since I have now completed Inazuma. The next stop is Sumeru, but before I do that, there are a lot of other story quests we have to get through first. So we're gonna get right on into them, so we can, we can move on with the story. No, not Subaru. Welcome on in, Willow. But no, not Subaru. Sumeru. That is the name of the location of you actually seen it on stream is the Dendro area. It would be the area, like when me and you were voice chatting, and for a bit, one of the places I was in, the corrupted areas. That was that's part of Sumeru. Sumeru it has forest and also has a desert area. It's also where Egyptian style characters come from. Of the characters, that ones like a fellow VTuber named Sayu actually voices. He voices one of the characters from Sumeru. Well, in the English version, he does. But we're going to be continuing where I left off last time. We're going to continue with more Riding Shogun story because I have it unlocked. So we're going to be continuing from there. So why don't we head on over and get started? Turn that on. Make sure I'm making sure that it's on this time so I don't accidentally forget that it's off like I did last time. What would you do without me? Yeah, you got a good point. Without you, to remind me with some things because I do sometimes forget things, and sometimes I do need reminding. Oh, yeah, it's in the battle pass.
Ad Astra Abyssosque.
Oh, Auto's not on.
Recently, the Adventurers Guild has received an unusual commission, and after careful consideration, we believe that
the Traveler would be the most suitable candidate, right?
Indeed, as ever. I will spare the pleasantries then. May I ask if you two are available to help?
Amen. It all depends on the task and the complete compensation.
Well, let me go over it briefly. Our client for this job is the Yashiro Commission. Apparently, Rift Hounds are attacking the roots of the sacred sakura nearby Mount Yogo in great numbers.
Rift Hounds? On Narukami Island?
Yes. We are not sure where exactly these creatures come from.
Pan, welcome on
but
in.
This
I hope your
time,
day's been going
they are
well.
attacking in alarming numbers with great aggression and a clear target. The sacred sakura is of tremendous importance to Inazuma. I trust you are aware of this already?
Yeah, we're already understand because I had to cleanse all the roots.
Good. Then you can see that this case is very urgent indeed.
Is the Tenryu Commission aware?
Yes, and they are already taking action of their own. However, given that the sacred Sakura's root system is vast and complex, and faced with the unpredictability and scale of the Rift Town's attacks, they are finding it difficult to defend against them. Their main priority is to protect the civilian population, so they are actively looking to cooperate with all other available forces to eliminate the monsters. The Adventurers Guild is one of the key parties assisting the Tenryou Commission with their work, but so far, the combined efforts to combat the Rift Towns has failed to substantially ameliorate the situation.
I'll send these pooches packing. Without the tree, there is no thee, and with no thee, there is no tea. Good one.
You have our deepest gratitude. Your confident response puts me far more at ease. I will mark on your map the areas where Rift Town appearances have been recently reported. I hope you won't encounter too much trouble overcoming them.
Relax. We'll be back before you can say Ad Astra Abyssosque. The sacred Sakura's in danger again, huh? Who'd have thought?
I already cleansed that tree, and now I have to take on more problems with it. I thought cleansing it would be enough.
Time to teach him a lesson.
Ad Astra Abyssosque. Also, the game is a bit loud. I can barely hear you over goddamn Paimon. What is the environment music too loud?
They're attacking the sacred Sakura! Stop them!
Yeah. I'll turn it down a tiny. I think it's your PC. Yeah. I'll take care of that in just a second. Just let me get rid of these hounds first. I can't use earth attacks on them because if I do, they will get stronger. Oh crap. Okay, I gotta pause right now so I'll lower this a tiny bit. Also, now you have two bossmen, you and Dark Sapphire. Oh yeah, oh, so you, what, did you become a mod for Saf? It's, yeah, tongue-tied a bit. Oh, so let me guess, you became a mod for Dark Sapphire. Nice. Okay. I lowered it a tiny bit. How's that? Is it better?
Windblade.
Not really. Okay, I'll lower it a bit more.
Submit!
Give up.
Once I get a chance, I will.
Time for retribution!
Fate is upon you. Delve into destiny.
Maybe try the game volume. I don't know if it should with the game volume because the game volume's been at the same level as it's always been. I haven't messed with the volume on anything.
It's nothing.
Wow, there are so many of them! No wonder the Tenryou Commission needed help. Come on, Traveler, you can take them!
Then it's your PC. It might be OBS then.
Twin Blade, disappear! Time for retribution!
They're attacking the sacred Sakura! Stop them!
Oh, don't tell me I have to redo all of that. Okay, screw that. I'm going to go heal. Is that right there's Bull? Okay, that should be a bit longer because I've lowered it practically to where I have my mic. But that's Bull right there, making it to where I have to redo that whole area of the wolves when I had just taken them out already.
They're attacking the sacred Sakura! Stop them!
How's the volume now? Better?
Written in the stars.
It's easier to hear you. Okay.
Shadows of fate.
See, right there, that ain't right. I defeated him and that should be it.
Fate is upon you. Let me scribe. Shadows of fate. Decided by destiny. Delved into destiny.
But is there, I should not have to fight these wolves again because when I already took them out.
shadows of fate. Written in the stars. Delved into destiny. Let me scribe. Wow, there are so many of them! No wonder the Tenryou Commission needed help. Come on, Traveler, you can take them!
You dare to hit me!
Okay, let's see here. Food. Good thing I still have some left over from when I fought Signora.
Don't waste my time. Torn to oblivion!
Shogun? Wait, no. Could also be A.
Oh, it's you two. It has been a long time. We have not seen each other since the resolution of the Tenryou Commission crisis.
Okay, sounds more like A. It is you, right? You sure made short work of them. That was amazing.
I decided to cut ties with Chibi, decided to go my own way. Well, if you, it's your choice, Willow. If you want to go your own way, decision to try to make your own way. But I'm sure I understand, because sometimes you want I have nowhere to post my stories, but yeah, since if you wanted to, you could post I could probably make a channel in the Discord so you can post your stories. I know I could do that. I can make a channel where people could post their stories. I doubt anybody will read them. You never know. People might read them, because I am planning to focus a lot more on the Discord. Because to be honest, with the things that are going on with Twitter right now, it's not looking too good for me. Because this is actually a thing I read. They're planning on trying to make it to where everybody has to pay just to use Twitter. An article I read where you would have to pay like a subscription fee, and I can tell you right now, that is not happening with me. If that happens, I'm gonna be focusing more on Discord than be focusing a lot more time on Discord. That's for sure. If that happens where I can't use Twitter without having to pay a fee or anything, because that ain't flying. Okay, what brings you out this time?
I'm making early preparations for what is to come. Last time we took a walk around Inazuma together, I witnessed the way the world is today. I was finally able to comprehend some things that I had never understood in the past. Since then, every time I encounter an obstacle in my thinking, I find myself having the urge to spend some time in the outside world.
Makes sense. You must get super bored being stuck in there all the time.
Might I remind you that I am not here to amuse myself. Recently, I have observed a number of changes in the external world from the plane of Euthymia. The most serious of these being the attack on the sacred Sakura by numerous rift hounds. I considered this matter worthy of my attention, so I pursued them, and they led me here, where I happened to run into you.
but the commissions and adventurers can deal with monsters. It doesn't seem like a matter needing the Archon's attention. Well, to be honest, I don't like that Elon. Well, yeah, I'll be honest with you, I don't like him either. I never liked him even before he took over Twitter. And because you read what I have, what he's done with the Twitter employees, it just makes it even more or disliking him. Let's see.
If the Shogun rather than I were to discover them, yes, perhaps she would have left the situation alone.
Why? Because she's just a puppet?
Precisely. According to the rules I designed for her, matters of this nature are to be delegated to the Tri-Commission. But Rift Hounds attacking the sacred Sakura... It brings back bad memories of that terrible disaster.
A disaster?
Yes. 500 years ago, a great catastrophe befell Inazuma. Everything was engulfed in a pitch-black fog, and monsters ravaged the land. Countless lives were lost, and this homeland that the people had worked so hard to build barely escaped being obliterated entirely. The monsters committed many atrocities on Inazuman soil, and the Rift Hounds were always their advance guard. Their duty was to tear open a passage through space with their claws and teeth, and then call in even more powerful beasts.
500 years ago? I can't pronounce it.
So you've heard of it, too. That's an episode of history that I am loath to recall. Maybe to you, it seems like my response to these creatures was an excessive one. But an excess of caution is not unwarranted in this case.
Guess you can't argue with that.
Since we are both here for the same reason, let us work together. From the traces they've left in the surrounding area, there should be many more monsters nearby. All of them must be eliminated.
Let's go.
Paimon feels so safe when we're in Ace company. Having someone uber powerful on your team kind of makes you feel invincible, doesn't it? Oh yeah.
I certainly would love to have Ryan Shogun on my team.
We should ask her to tell us more about Conria.
Oh, Conria. Okay, that's how it's pronounced.
Color. It's similar to the color when the sacred Sakura takes damage. Let's follow it. It should be this way.
Making thousands of CO2 just to send humans into space for fun. One rocket makes tons of pollution. All of them must be terminated. Tell me, where is John Connor? that's a good one. I get with the term where is John Connor, because that's practically the main focus in the Terminator movies, is they want to get rid of John Connor because he causes the end of Skynet. Oh, didn't mean to hit that button. Yeah, I had a feeling that would happen. Need to wait for my stamina to get back up. But I have seen the Terminator movies. I have seen it has been mainly like the first three. You know, Terminator, Terminator 2, and Terminator 3. Those are the only Terminators I've seen. And I saw where the like maybe like 1 or 2 episodes where they did a TV series. I watched like but fell out of it, and I haven't really like fully seen the other movies. He's a good actor. Okay, let's see. Look for marks left behind. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I'm a fan of Arnold Schwarzenegger, and for a while, he and Sylvester Stallone were actually rivals when it came to movies.
We are lucky. The damage is not too serious. The Yashiro Commission will be able to nurse the root system back to health.
This stuff that's flowing out, is it sap or something? And how come it's glowing? Huh? What's this?
It looks like to be a flashback of memories. That's what it appears to me what this is.
Could they be dead people? It wouldn't be the first time we'd seen ghosts on our journey. But why would they appear here?
Let's search the area. Perhaps we will find out.
I can't go on like this. Not when the other troops are counting on me.
What happened here? Could you tell us?
Who are you? What are you doing here?
Yep, they're ghosts.
Run quick while you still can. The monsters will be back. And once you're in their sights, I'm telling you, there's no escaping them. We will defend Inazuma until our dying breath.
What exactly happened?
You don't know? Inazuma is engulfed in darkness. Beasts and horrifying monsters are everywhere. They're merciless, ferocious, and they will devour everything in their path. Every last trace of humanity's existence, I tell you. They'll devour it all.
But look, none of that seems to be going on around here.
Not right now, but they'll be back. Look, get out of here. Now, there's no time left. The almighty Shogun is gone. So is Kitsune Saigu. There is no one left to rely on but ourselves. I don't know how long we can hold out for. But if we abandon our hope, then we've got nothing left at all.
Don't worry, I'm right here.
It's the Shogun? You're back. Please, we beg you. You have to help us. You have to save Inazuma. Only the glow of your supreme lightning can dispel this terrible darkness. Please, or the whole of Inazuma will be reduced to a hunting ground for the beasts.
Calm down. The war you speak of is over.
Over? But what do you mean? Shogun?
Look around you. The grass grows green and lush, and a soft breeze blows. This is Inazuma at peace, as you will no doubt remember. There are no monsters, nor is there anything else here that could threaten your life.
What?
Most likely these are echoes from the
Just
past,
moments ago, they were everywhere.
and they don't know that they're
I saw
dead.
them tear my comrade to shreds with my own eyes.
Hey, calm down. Everything's fine now.
I think I understand. Almighty Shogun, you saved Inazuma. Yes, we were right to place our trust in the Almighty Shogun. As long as the Shogun is with us, Inazuma will last for an eternity. Thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you, thank you.
What's wrong with him?
Is he disappearing?
He's gone.
Paimon can't even begin to understand what that was all about. But somehow, Paimon feels all sad and hopeless.
If I am not mistaken, what we just saw was a samurai's memory that was buried in the land. The sacred sakura can absorb and purify the filth in the ley lines. After the Rift Hounds attacked, Some of this filth leaked out through the cracks in the trunk and formed a physical entity. An entity formed with strong filth would be highly aggressive. But when purified, it presents in the form of a memory. Purified filth quickly dissipates and will be absorbed by the ley lines shortly afterwards. In other words, it cannot exist for too long.
The same thing happened to Dusky Ming.
So the memories of the ones that died are all appearing at this moment?
Yes. That soldier was one of the many thousands who made the ultimate sacrifice. What he was describing just now was precisely the disaster that happened in Inazuma 500 years ago.
He mentioned that the Shogun was absent.
Yes. Inazuma was facing many great crises at that time. Some were local in origin, while others came from the now fallen kingdom of Kanria. The disaster in Inazuma caused me great concern. I felt that I had to step in before it was too late. Otherwise, it would spread to all of Tevat. But my friend, Kitsune Saiku, reassured me that I had nothing to worry about. She would shoulder the responsibility of protecting Inazuma and mobilize all forces at her disposal to combat the threat. I could tell that, although neither of us acknowledged it, we both knew that the road ahead would likely end in tragedy.
So, Inazuma was attacked at the same time as when the disaster happened in Kanria?
Indeed. Countless monsters suddenly appeared throughout all of Inazuma. In the end, Kitsune Saigu sacrificed her life to protect the people. I never had the chance to see her one last time. But I would like to believe that she kept her promise to me until the very last. But even then, Inazuma was left more devastated than we could have ever imagined. Those terrible tragedies left great wounds that are still felt to this day, both on the land itself and in my heart.
Hey.
Is this the loss that Yaimiko mentioned?
Yes. For the longest time, I couldn't bring myself to face the pain of that loss. All my martial might was in vain. Though I could conquer Tatarigami and vanquish monsters, I was helpless against the ravages of time, powerless to keep the ones I cherished alive. But after my clash with human ambition, I thought long and hard. Now I realize I cannot fixate on the past forever.
So you're no longer stuck in the past.
When I traveled around Inazuma with you, I caught a glimpse of how the nation has progressed over the centuries. A glimpse of human potential. Everything far exceeded my expectations. Moving forward inevitably invites further loss, but also new encounters. Just think of that soldier. Despite all the losses he had experienced, he still chose to keep fighting for the sake of moving forward. All those who sacrificed themselves back then gave their lives fighting for a future. But perhaps the future they were hoping for is not the eternity that I once strove for.
That's what being human is
As
about.
Inazuma's god, it is high time I honored their wishes. Warriors of the past, who spilled your blood on this land, your noble souls now rest in this earth. I will never forget you, and all that you did for Inazuma.
He's taking all this pretty hard.
Come on, let's keep investigating the damage to the sacred Sakura.
No doubt another reason those entities are still there is because one thing is like watch the paranormal shows is that it says that like great acts of violence, it leaves an imprint on the land that is hard to really get rid of.
There are a load of rift hounds here too.
Leave them to me.
Oh, right, I get to use Shogun.
Shine down.
I like that I get to use Shogun on this. That gives me a chance to test out. If I could, I would try to get the Shogun on my team. I would definitely be working on drawing to get her.
Something seems wrong with A.
Are you feeling okay?
Why would you ask that?
Well, usually you'd pull out your sword and swish! Vaporize them all in one go, no?
You are unduly concerned. I'm simply conserving my energy. Although I have some understanding of the situation already, it could take an unexpected turn at any time. I must be prepared for anything. If there are more formidable monsters lying in wait in this area, I must make sure I have the strength to face them.
Ah, makes sense. Spoken like a seasoned shogun. The roots seem pretty badly damaged this time. We definitely need to tell the Yashiro Commission about this. Hey, the same light is leaking out again.
It's the same situation as before.
Furuyama? Is that you?
Almighty Shogun, what brings you back so soon? I thought you were off fighting a battle in a distant land.
Fighting a battle in a distant land? Sounds like this guy's talking about 500 years ago, too.
Allow me to introduce Furuyama. He is a tea master and a member of my retinue. Though blind, Furuyama is unparalleled in his ability to appraise tea. He brews some of the very finest tea in all of Inazuma.
Your Excellency, you shower me with praise undeserved. I have simply had the good fortune to be in Your Excellency's presence long enough to become acquainted with all the skills that are required of me. It sounds like the Almighty Shogun has brought a guest. I'm afraid I'm unable to serve you any respectable refreshments on account of the current situation. But please, sit and rest. After all, it's quite a mess out there.
What should we do?
Let's go along with what he says. I want to learn more about the past. Let's go along with what he says.
Yeah. Sheesh. There's monsters everywhere out there. It's pitch black and loads of people have been injured.
I see. So, they have fought their way this far already. Most of the residents in this neighborhood have already escaped. They wanted to take me with them, but it seemed rather pointless to me. So, I decided to stay. And now the Almighty Shogun is here, I have even less reason to run away. Imagine if this was something that even the Almighty Shogun was powerless to resolve. Where could I possibly run to then?
How come you're not panicking?
People flee out of a desire to live on. And the desire to live on stems from a feeling of having unfinished business in life. But me, I have no such thoughts, and I have no regrets. The Almighty Shogun often speaks to me about her dreams over tea. Just listening to her stories, I've been blind for many years, but her vivid descriptions took me on a splendid journey to all the most beautiful places in Inazuma. Over time, I've come to understand her mindset. Quite the romantic at heart, a true dreamer. One thing she always says is, good things don't last forever. Everything changes, fades, disappears completely over the passage of time. And so, people must make the most of the life they have, seize the chance to enjoy it while it lasts, and have no regrets in the end.
That doesn't sound like A at all. That doesn't fit the definition of eternity at all. I guess before the before everything happened, she was a completely different person, not like how she is today. That might be why. He has a very different description of her.
So you see, as bleak as things may be now, I have experienced countless wonderful things in life, and have no reason not to be satisfied.
Perhaps you are right.
It won't be long now before I have to say goodbye to the almighty Shogun for the last time. Ah, what a pity. I'll never get to see what Inazuma looks like after the almighty Shogun rebuilds it anew. But I suppose it doesn't matter. Everyone says that Inazuma has turned dark now, but to me, it went dark a long time ago. Once this catastrophe is over, life is sure to spring forth anew. But even if I survived until then, I'd probably be a hopelessly befuddled old so-and-so by then. So, never mind, eh? Oh, goodness me. Speaking of befuddled, look at me rambling away to my heart's content and forgetting to serve the tea. The almighty Shogun comes to visit and I don't have the tea ready. A truly egregious loss of decorum.
Well, you can't really make tea anymore. You're dead.
Where in the world is the tea set? I hope the others didn't smash it to smithereens in their hasty departure.
Can't see a tea set anywhere around here.
Really? But it's always been right by my side. Goodness gracious, what a fool I'm making of myself.
You know where to find a tea
I
set?
couldn't possibly have my guests fetch it themselves. That would be most discourteous indeed.
Don't worry about it. Take a rest. We'll be back right away.
Almighty Shogun, you're not going too, are you? No, no, no. Your humble servant implores you, not with the war raging outside.
This place is complicated. It's quite unlike the tea house in your memories. Leave it to us.
But... well, okay. I never thought I'd see the day that I need the almighty Shogun to personally collect my tea set for me. I can't decide whether it's a final regret or a final stroke of good fortune.
Okay, so I guess we're looking for a tea set.
Having a cup of tea isn't exactly the most urgent
Okay, so
thing
we're going to
do
the
right now,
Kamisato estate.
But at the same time, this lovely old man from 500 years ago has been through so much, and it makes Paimon so sad.
I'm also feeling very nostalgic for his tea.
Oh, why don't we go to the Kamisato estate? There'll definitely be a tea set we can borrow there.
It's the Traveler. And the almighty Shogun. How might I be of assistance, Your Excellency?
I wish to borrow a tea set from the Yashiro Commission.
Oh, sure. I'll fetch that for you right away. Please step into the courtyard and have a rest, almighty Shogun. Oh, and I'll inform my lord about your visit immediately. Ah, and the tea set. I'll bring that here as soon as it's ready.
Be at ease. I'm not here to see Commissioner Kamisato. Actually, I'd prefer to spend this time chatting with the Traveler. Please, fetch the tea set at your convenience.
No. I am your humble servant. I daren't think of my own convenience when the almighty Shogun graces me with her presence. I'll deal with it right away.
Reminds me of a thing on...
It's not often we have the chance to chat. I'm sure you must have a lot of questions.
Yeah, I remember, that reminds me with the tea, it reminds me of a thing in Skyrim. because there's this guy that you meet in Skyrim in the DLC, and he says, "I don't make tea. I have people make tea for me." and when I hear tea, I kind of how about fetching tea, it reminds me of that, where the Dargan where he goes, "I don't make tea. I have people make tea for me."
Right. Paimon wanted to ask that too. The almighty shogun that he described didn't sound anything like you at all.
I seldom had the time to drink tea. Any free time I had was spent practicing martial arts. So, in the vast majority of cases, the one he made tea for was the former Electro Archon, who was also my sister, Raiden Makoto. He may well have had an inkling about there being two Raiden Shoguns, but he always acted as if he was completely unaware of it. The philosophy of life that he shared with us just now, that was Makoto's view on reality. She always saw things that way.
You and Makoto had pretty different views, huh?
Indeed we did. It was the biggest difference between us. In her eyes, the most precious things in this world were dreams. The yearning for a better future held by living beings.
Dreams, or in the other words, ambitions.
They are similar, but not identical. When you came charging into the plane of Euthymia, I saw human aspirations light up the sky far above in the form of countless stars. This somewhat shook me. Now, it seems like she was right, while I took the wayward path.
Wow. There sure was a lot going on beneath the surface.
Makoto saw a bigger picture than I did. In her view, a dream is more imaginary, more abstract than an ambition. An ambition is a yearning for something material, or a concrete outcome. It is finite in nature, and will be replaced by a new ambition in due course. Makoto was more concerned with the force that drives humans to constantly generate new ambitions in the first place. It is something innate, rooted in instinct. In other words, it is something eternal.
That's, quite a lot to take in.
To put it simply, Makoto wasn't concerned about outcomes. I didn't understand at the time. How can we say that we are maintaining eternity when things are constantly moving forward and evolving? I suppose what it comes down to is the definition of eternity she set out with.
It seems more like in line with how humans view the world.
Yes, it does. I always thought that she must have grasped some elusive, arcane wisdom to arrive at the conclusions she did. But in the last analysis, Makoto's philosophy was, on the surface at least, an elegantly simple one. Notwithstanding that it was also the more prudent choice, based on a more mature, far-sighted outlook.
Do you feel you're starting to understand her better now?
You have already witnessed my previous views on eternity. But now, I no longer cling to what was lost. I suppose that means our differences have been reconciled.
Almighty Shogun, I found a tea set. This one in particular should be fit for your Excellency's use.
It's quite beautiful. Thank you.
You are too kind. A humble servant such as I does not deserve the gratitude of the Almighty Shogun.
It's all good, sir. She's actually pretty chill.
Let us return. We ought not keep Furuyama waiting too long.
Okay, let's see. Can I teleport? Yes, I can. Now that I'm thinking of it, I haven't seen any of the ancient... I don't see any of the ruin guards around. No, because usually this place has a bunch of ruin guards. Maybe because I completed the quest that took care of the ruin guards, and that's why they're not around anymore. He's gone.
Hey, where'd he go? He wouldn't have gone looking for a tea set himself, would he?
Wouldn't put it past him.
Or perhaps the ley lines did not have the power to sustain him for very long, as was the case with the memory we saw earlier.
So we won't get to drink his tea? We didn't even have a chance to say
Drink his what?
goodbye.
Oh, tea. I thought you said... Never mind.
The information held in the ley lines is complex and disorderly. The fact that we were able to meet him to begin with was a miracle of fate.
Mm-hmm.
Let's make our own tea.
Well, this chance won't come often, and we do have a tea set. Perhaps I should try my hand at making us a pot of tea. I've watched Furuyama brew tea on many occasions. I doubt I should have any major problems doing it myself. The tea is ready. Please give it a try. So many thoughts were racing through my head as I was brewing it. I'm not sure how to explain it.
I wanted to say it's just the memories flooding back in. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's probably what it is. What's going on? Because she's been in her plane of existence, Euthymia, for so long that all the memories are coming back to her that she has not thought of for so long.
You're right. But the things we've seen today have brought back many memories for me. I've been reminded of many people, too. Kitsune Saigu, Makoto, and all the other friends who I watched pass even further back. Back at the Yashiro Commission, I kept the conversation reasonably lighthearted. But now, I'd like to broach a heavier topic, if I may. The events of 500 years ago not only robbed me of my friend, Kitsune Saigu, they also took Makoto away from me, for good.
She died in that disaster too?
Yes. She went to Conria alone, without telling me. Unlike me, Makoto was no martial artist. Whenever similar crises had arisen in the past, I was always the one to face them in her stead. But this time, the circumstances were so grave that Makoto had no choice but to leave me behind. Or perhaps it was more that she went ahead of me, put herself in front of me, so that I would remain hidden. In any case, by the time I realized what was happening,
Makoto had already... From my guessing, it's because of the disaster in Conria. I'm pretty sure the reason Makoto didn't tell her about what she was doing was because she knew of how dangerous it was, and if anything happened to her, she wanted her sister to continue on and lead Inazuma in her stead if anything happened to her. That's probably why she didn't tell her that she was going to Conria.
yes, it was too late. I arrived only in time to hear her dying breath. She had already lapsed into unconsciousness by that point, so all I could do was enter into her mind. As far as you're concerned, it would be somewhere similar to the plane of Euthymia. It was there that we bid each other a final farewell. I cried bitterly. Even in those final moments, I couldn't understand her actions. Why did she go to Conria first, and not I? Why did she keep me in the dark about it? Was it to shield me? It was there and then that I resolved to pursue eternity. As a testament to that decision, I saved her realm of consciousness just before it collapsed completely and brought it back to Inazuma.
That's quite a story.
When I returned to Inazuma, I was shocked to find that a great sakura tree had appeared on Mount Yogo. The tree that you know as the sacred sakura.
Wait, appeared?
That's exactly what everyone back then told me as well. That it had existed since time immemorial. They were so matter-of-fact about it, and couldn't at all understand what I was so surprised about. No one questioned it. And yet, its presence contrasted so starkly with the area as I remembered it. It seemed as if I was the only one to have noticed it appear suddenly out of thin air. In the end, I simply had to accept that it was a miraculous effect of Makoto's consciousness. With the help of the sacred Sakura's power, I was finally able to overcome the monsters and quell the disaster in Inazuma.
This is all really hard to understand. Kinda beyond Paimon's level.
Simply put, Makoto's power somehow made that tree appear. Yep.
Yes. She had such a great love for this land and for its people. In this respect, I still do not compare to her. I once told myself that I would never speak of these events again. Facing the fact that she is gone is unbearably painful. But even the tea that is most bitter to the tongue, once swallowed, leaves some sweetness in the throat. And it's time I came to terms with it all.
It seems like you've done a lot of thinking about this already.
Oh, while we're on the topic, since you experienced that battle in person...
Have you seen my sister before?
Sister? I had heard that you were looking for your family. You mean to say that she was somehow involved in the Conria disaster?
Based on what we've learned so far, it seems so, yeah.
I'm sorry. I wasn't there for the whole thing. By the time I arrived, the worst of the fighting was already over. And also, my mind was consumed entirely with the plight of Inazuma and the fate of those closest to me. So, I am afraid I can't help you.
Oh, well, that's a shame. But it can't be helped, I guess. Boy, both of you have experienced great tragedy.
With this last cup of tea, let us honor the Tea Master's memory. Thank you, Destiny, for giving us the chance to meet again.
We should go. Let's keep following the traces.
Okay,
Very
farewell
well.
to the past.
Based on my investigation so far, I believe this next pack of monsters should be the last.
I got a lizard tail. Okay. Okay, something tells me I have to go down here. Get these because if I remember, I have a weapon that requires these. Ooh, crap. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that.
Once again, please leave them to me.
Hey, are you sure you're all right? You're scaring us.
Fear not. Fighting is what I do best. There is no escape!
Are you all right?
I'm fine. Shine down! Transcend all constraints. Now you shall perish!
Maybe you should leave this one to us.
You don't look too good.
My apologies.
Don't worry about it. Just take a breather and get your strength back. We'll deal with the monsters.
Uh-oh, I think a bigger one's coming.
That's the same light again.
Time for another trip down memory lane.
Where am I? Who are you? Almighty Shogun, you're here too! Are you injured, Your Excellency?
I'm quite all right. Just feeling a little stiff.
We, the Shogunate Samurai, will defend the Shogun until the very end.
Come on, men! They're coming back for more! Let's get them!
Don't! It's too dangerous.
Danger is our duty, ma'am. If we were the kinds to shy away from danger, we never would have taken up arms to begin with.
No need to worry, Almighty Shogun. When the situation looks bleak, we will draw on the power granted to us by the gods.
Is that a vision?
It certainly is. I know the gods are omnipotent, and their willingness to grant their power to humans means they have high expectations for us. If the Almighty Shogun is in trouble, now of all times is the moment for us to honor that.
So that's how samurai of that era understood visions, huh?
An unwavering commitment to resistance.
Nobody knew where your excellency had gone, and we were starting to despair. But now we've found you. You're right here with us. Just the sight of you appearing before us once more has reignited the hope in our hearts. This hope is the light that will guide us out from the darkness.
Everyone, on me!
We'll help too!
Huh? Affirmative, but watch your backs.
Protect the Almighty Shogun!
Windblade! With the wind!
Decided by destiny. Shadows of fate.
Give up. Don't waste my time. I'll remember that. Your life is mine. Give up. The victor is
Okay, now I can use it. Oh, wrong one. It wasn't letting me use it because she had not fallen, that's why. Object cannot be used on a fallen character. I don't know why that wouldn't let me be used on a fallen character.
Retribution!
Don't waste my time.
We can't use Shogun. It would be a lot more fun if we have her help us out.
It's nothing.
It seems like their attacks are finally over.
I've never fought so fiercely before.
Thank you all.
Are you okay? Maybe you should keep resting.
I'm fine. I feel much better already.
You fought phenomenally. It was truly awe-inspiring. The monsters will definitely come back. And when they do, it'll be more than a few Rift Hounds this time. Quickly, escort Her Excellency back to Inazuma City, and regroup with the General's forces as soon as possible.
When everyone sees the almighty Shogun safely returning, their spirits will be lifted.
Well, what are you guys gonna do?
We will stay here and guard against the monsters' advance. We cannot afford to let them get any further. We are brothers in arms. As long as we stick together, we can face any number of monsters that come our way.
We have no business disrupting the reality they are experiencing.
Just leave it to us. Fighting is what we do best. But the almighty Shogun is the only one of us with the power to change the present state of affairs. Only Her Excellency
I'll be right
can
back.
turn back the tide of despair and lead us onward into the future. No matter what kind of threat faces Inazuma, we will always place our faith in the almighty Shogun.
Oh. Thank you all very much. I promise you that I will create a bright future for Inazuma. I should not have left it this late to make this promise.
Okay, I'm back.
But from this moment forth, know that I shall be true to my word.
Don't worry, Your Excellency. We will never doubt your word as long as we live. With you leading us, we will claim back everything that Inazuma has lost.
Glory to the Shogun!
Glory to the Shogun!
They're gone.
Sorry about that. I had to check on something. Okay. Was that a promise to them?
It was both. The people's sacrifice has always caused me immense pain. But in dwelling on the tragedy, I overlooked their splendor. The grief blinded me to how brightly they shone in their final moments. The result being that in the centuries since their sacrifice, I have dishonored their will. You could take the view that whatever I say to them is meaningless, because they are but disembodied memories held in the ley lines. But even so, they are due a resolution. I owe it to them, and to all the people who have placed their faith in me to date.
Well, Paimon thinks that even if it's a few hundred years later, you're doing right by them now, and that's what counts.
Thank you for your comforting words. But this is my basic duty as Inazuma's Archon, and I have neglected it for far too long. I used to think just like that samurai, that I was first and foremost a warrior, and my only duty was to face whatever challenge came my way. But what Inazuma needs more than a warrior is someone like Makoto. Even though I am utterly unlike Makoto, and can never become the person she was, I still need to do the things that she would have done.
Humans are worthy of your trust?
Yes, they are. They are strong and resilient, and have much to be proud of. As the Raiden Shogun they revere, I should not be the one to hold them back.
Well said. Sounds to Paimon like you figured things out.
Change will come to Inazuma, and with it, new possibilities. This will take time, but eventually, the future will bring healing to the scars of the past. No matter how long it takes, I am committed to bringing this to fruition. This is my promise. Now that we've dealt with the Rift Hounds, this matter is halfway resolved. It does not appear that the threat will escalate for the time being. I will leave the Tenryo and Yashiro commissions to handle the follow-up work, such as investigating the origins of this incident and tending to the root system.
Alrighty then, let's move on. It looks calm on the outside, but Paimon bets her emotions must be all over the place right now, huh? She seems to have changed a lot since we last met her. Huh? What's wrong, eh? Come on, keep up!
Hey.
What's going on?
What?
Are you feeling unwell again?
Something must be really wrong with her.
My body... I can't move it. It looks like the situation is more serious than I thought.
We should get you back to the city.
No need. She is calling me. The time has come. Can you help me walk? I need to go to the cave below the Grand Narukami Shrine.
Why? What's in there?
A battleground. One where I shall sever ties with the past and take the first steps into the future.
Okay, time to go to the Narukami Shrine. Oh, I've been there. Oh, I think I know where I'm heading, which is a place I've been to before. Yep, I've been. Yep, it's this place. I've been here before, so which means I'm gonna head back to the cave at the Narukami Shrine. So. Okay, I can't get in that way. So maybe I need to go back over to like the entrance where I've gone in before. If I remember, so I need to go over here. I think I might know where I have to go, because I went there during the quest when I had to cleanse the roots. That might be where it's probably talking about. Which I don't know why I'm climbing a tree right now. Let's check the map. Yep, that's where I have to go. Pretty sure. Yep, it's pointing me down here, so that's where I'm probably no doubt have to go. I have to go back into where I faced off against the boss last time. If not, I'll look for another way, because I'm pretty sure... But I'm pretty sure I'm going the right way, because this is where I fought a boss fight a long time ago. Well, not too long ago. This is where it led me. Maybe I'm wrong, because it doesn't look like it's over there. Maybe that is the way over where I was at that barrier, and there's probably another way to get in, I guess. Need to find one that'll let me in. But I'm not seeing it. Yeah, that's where I have to go. I have to get in there. But I don't see any other way in, so I need to find... Well, where is one? There should be one around here. Yeah, one of these. And it disappeared on me. Maybe there's a way down below. No, it's pointing at me up higher. How do I get into the shrine? Because I don't see one of the Electrum near the shrine, and it's telling me to go to the Narukami shrine, which I did. I went near where it was pointing me, but there's no Electrum for me to get through the barrier. No, it's... Maybe I need to hit this with maybe I need to hit that with Electro. You see, there she is.
Even if an antique is priced.
Ooh, you're taking me out?
You're in for a little shock.
No, that's not working. How do I get through the barrier then? Because I don't see any of the flowers that allow me to do it, and it's telling me to go in there, but I can't go in there because of the barrier. So how am I supposed to get in?
You, he, here. He.
Look, I'll have to look up and see how to do it. Okay. Go back to the top of the shrine. Okay, it's telling me to go back to the top of the shrine, so that's what I'll do. Because it says there's one up there. And since I saw none down below, but before I do, I'm gonna switch my party back. Whoop, wrong button. Okay.
Let's make haste.
Okay, so go back to it says you go back to the shrine.
Narukami, please. See that he stays safe.
Okay, see, I'm back at the top. So what's to do? Keep an eye out for a tiny floating rock with an electrogram. Summon it, get the electrogram, then glide down through barrier, and that's all there is to it, really. Okay. Let's see. It says
We
be on
should
the
look
lookout
for
for
a
a
new
tiny
investigate.
floating rock.
Mora doesn't grow on trees.
Oh, that must be it. What it's talking about. This a floating rock right here. There we go.
We're finally here. The entrance should be nearby.
Whoa! Where'd the Torii Gate come from?
Are you all right?
It's getting worse again. But it's fine. I'm about to put an end to it all. This is a place I once sealed off with my own hands. The entrance to Raiden Makoto's realm of consciousness. It looks like she will no longer allow me to do with this body as I please.
Huh?
Wait, what?
What are you talking about? And who is she? Makoto?
Follow me.
Where are we go? Paimon's dizzy. Where did we get sucked into this time? Whoa. This place.
It does look a lot like the plane of Euthymia.
Look! Look over there! It's another A!
We meet again, traveler. This body is an assistant to the One Within, but it is also the guardian of the rules. Should the One Within wish to stray from the rules, this body shall stand in her way.
Wait! Paimon knows that voice! Is that the puppet?
Oh crap.
You have wandered the realm in my body, and you appear to have grasped the true essence of eternity. You believe your present self has greater certainty than your former self. Thus, you believe your present self is correct, don't you? But have you really been enlightened with new ideas? Or have you been degraded by irreversible erosion? I'm here to show you my answer. We are both warriors, and the dialogue we must now have shall be conducted by the blade alone.
Wait! The atmosphere in here just took a turn for the worse! Are you alright now?
The discomfort I was experiencing earlier was caused by the Shogun rejecting my continued use of her body. As she indicates, once I started entertaining the idea of change, I became hostile in her eyes. But inside a realm of consciousness, I exist independently of her. She cannot affect me in this way. Though she is a puppet, the Shogun has her own consciousness too. When necessary, she appears here to confront me.
I think you've mentioned this before. This is her system to safeguard against modifications to eternity.
Paimon gets that everyone has their internal battles and stuff, but not like this! It's a bit extreme! Hey, showdown with the Shogun? Never thought we'd see that day!
The rules I set for the Shogun are... No. The Shogun herself is the manifestation of my past ideals. The very foundation stone of eternity. It shall not be easily swayed. I would not try to change her if it wasn't necessary.
Isn't there any other way? Can't you talk it through or something?
A is someone who leaves herself an escape route.
They both just want the best for Inazuma.
My form is a symbol of supreme majesty, in which has been vested power over all the realm. It is the cohesive embodiment of all that constitutes the Raiden Shogun. It inherits A's pain, the pain of inevitable loss that comes as she moves forward. So too does it inherit her determination to reach eternity. Every action undertaken is for the sake of resisting erosion. Determination, courage, love, hatred, all of these will be degraded and distorted by the incessant flow of time. Only rules shall remain constant for eternity. Those were my thoughts when I created you. Now, they are towering obstacles that I have no choice but to overcome. You wish to make yourself my enemy? I am your past, the everlasting law, the guardian of eternity. And I am she who promised a dream to her subjects. Raiden A. In the end, even the proud and mighty Oni Maiden was cut down and disgraced.
Okay, so I have to battle
has been cleansed of her blood and
Shogun
filth.
versus Shogun.
Never shall it shine as brightly as it once did. There is no escape. Evasion is futile. Absurd. Inazuma shines eternal. Shine down. The Kitsune Sakura blossoms that once filled the skies fell to the ground as pitch-black rain.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
As
She
long as the
heals.
ley lines
That's
glow,
not
the
fair.
relentless erosion of time will never stop.
She's completely recovered?
Torn to oblivion! There is no escape! The divine lightning that envelops all of Inazuma will fade silently into the clouds. There shall
That ain't
never
fair.
be another. Never. For the rest of time. Transcendent! Now you shall perish! Inferior. Shine down! The eye sweeps the lands. Inferior. Strike dead. Torn to oblivion. Your thigh
Did it.
crumbles.
Have you finally defeated her?
It appears your martial prowess has not dulled. But how long can your will remain strong?
How the heck?
Surely the Shogun puppet isn't invincible. Invincible.
In this realm of consciousness, her existence is tenacious indeed. She was built to resist erosion. Her will is stronger than any other living being's, including you and me.
Then, does that mean this is gonna be a never-ending battle?
Maybe. But I have to prove to her that my present will is no product of erosion. The future I shall forge will be a grand undertaking, one that will be resistant to erosion. If I don't do this, the Shogun's rules can never change, and Inazuma can never move forward. This is my duty. No matter how long this battle may last, months, years, centuries, and no matter how many times we must fight, I will defeat her.
What will happen to Inazuma in the meantime?
500 years ago, humanity proved their strength in battle. Here in the present, they rely on their ambition to challenge wayward practices, tear them out like the diseased wood of an old sakura tree, so that new, healthy branches might spring to life in their place. It is about time that I learned to trust them.
But can you bear to leave humanity to go alone?
I understand that. But if the dreams of which Makoto spoke are true eternity, a short moment for which the Shogun does not exist is nothing to fear. I fight for the everlasting future of Inazuma. However long the battle may last, it is but a drop in the ocean of eternity. I vow to the subjects of Inazuma that I shall one day return. This is my oath. Please, be my witness. During my absence, I place everything in Miko's hands.
But this means that...
Pass on my words.
Hey. Oh man, I was hoping for like an epic battle or cutscene.
Looks like we got kicked out.
I wouldn't.
She's making sense, and maybe this is the only way to change the Shogun's rules, but still.
A has no physical body anymore and has to rely on the Shogun, but this cannot be the only way.
Right? Also, A can be pretty stubborn at times, and has a history of rushing into difficult situations. What if she gets too obsessed with winning, and she forgets why she's there in the first place? It could happen, and then she might never leave again.
We're not about to leave her just yet.
We should help her out, like we did last time. The quicker she gets through this, the better. Is there any way we can cut down how long she needs to spend in there? Or, you know, help her win the fight? Well, whatever. We can't let anything bad happen to A while she's in there. Oh, but we also can't get in there anymore.
Miko might know a way in there.
Well, first things first. We gotta find a way back in. Oh, come on, brain juice. Don't fail Paimon now. Okay. Maybe if we both ram into it at the same time really, really hard.
That won't work. We need Miko.
Oh, you're right. Paimon nearly forgot about her. Who knows if she really understands these consciousness realm plane thingies more than we do, but there's no one else we can turn to. All right, up the mountain we go.
Won't even let me try to get the stuff first from the shrine. And why am I climbing a post?
Someone's not in the best of moods. Let me guess. You're all tangled up in another situation and need me to unravel it for you. I hope you realize how lucky you are. If it was anyone else, I don't think I'd have the patience to keep greeting them with a smile after the first few times.
But you're always smiling.
That was a figure of speech, do you understand? Nitpicking my turns of phrase. The sheer audacity.
Paimon, get to the point.
Oh, yeah. Something really big's happened. It's A. She...
You tell Miko about everything that's happened.
Oh, okay, I see. So, A's decided to palm Inazuma off on the humans, while she goes off on her own to fight a fierce battle that doesn't even have an end date. Impossibly stubborn. Jumps straight to the most extreme course of action imaginable, presumes her sheer will can see her through, despite a near impossible goal that requires nothing short of the very peak of her abilities. Yes, that sounds like A all right. You know as well as I do that she's always been like this. Why start fretting about it now?
The duel is more serious than anything up till now.
Rushed into it without thinking. Well put. Oh, she acts like such a child sometimes. So you seem to be under the impression that I am able to offer some sort of help? Who gave you that idea?
Is she playing dumb? She's doing this on purpose, for sure.
Uh-huh. You're learning, little one. But really, the truth of the matter is that I don't know much more about Raiden Makoto's realm of consciousness than you do. All I know is that it's the foundation of the sacred Sakura, and from what I've heard, it's a little different from A's plane of euthymia.
Because Raiden Makoto is no longer alive?
Not just because of that. The nature of the space itself is different in some way. But I can only speculate. You're the ones who have actually been there, so you tell me. What was it like?
There was well, for me, I know there was a slight difference between the two, especially with the color between A and Makoto's realms.
Anyway, we needn't worry about the details too much. It'll just be a little difficult to explain things later on, that's all. First things first. Follow me to the entrance.
Okay, I guess I'm going back to the entrance. Better get the electrogram just in case I need it. Yep, I will need... Oh, maybe not. The barrier's gone.
Now then, I always have my ways. It's just a question of how crafty I need to be. To the outsider, the realm of consciousness is a very abstract concept. Luckily, I'm A's familiar, so I can sense her rough whereabouts. In other words, even though I can't pinpoint the exact spatial location of this realm, I can still send you to where A is.
So, it's abstract, but has a location, but you don't know where it is, but you can still send us there. What?
Yes.
My brain
no
hurts
need to
from
try
that.
and understand it. Let me put this simply. Right now, she is surrounded by chaos. Everything is turbulent and disordered. If you try to force your way in, you could be swept away by a giant wave that sets you down in an unknown corner of space-time. This is precisely why when entering the plane of euthymia, it's much safer if you place your consciousness in a physical object first.
What? Alright, well, Paimon's staying here then. You two can go in.
In your dreams. Paimon, you're not gonna abandon me, are you? I'm gonna go in your dreams.
Suit yourself. Worst case scenario, all we stand to lose is A. So what's the big deal?
Paimon's had it up to here with both of you! Oh, fine! Paimon's coming too.
Oh, well, if you're quite sure, then of course. Now, I shall send you on your way. I say.
What is it?
Oh, nothing. It just seems extraordinarily chaotic, that's all. My suspicions have been confirmed. By the way, remember to focus constantly on your heartfelt wishes when you enter inside. Only a strong enough will can prevent you from being swallowed by the giant waves of abstract space. Only if you are strong enough can I deliver you to the right destination.
Okay.
Well then, the door's open. Hop on in. I'll stay outside and provide what stability I can. I'll be ready to respond if anything happens. I'm placing my god in your capable hands. For my sake, and for Inazuma's, please. Bring her back.
Rico, you better know what you're doing!
We will not fail.
That's enough chatter. Get to work. Remember to focus constantly on your heartfelt wishes when you enter inside. Only if you are strong enough can I deliver you to the right destination.
No, that was a good cutscene.
How can this be? You have returned. But how were you able to get back in? And how come you have not changed at all in all these years?
All these years, what?
This is a duel to remember. It is as if we have returned to the moment when the laws of eternity were first established. Your will today is as strong as it was back then. Over countless battles, not once have you lost, and never have you shown the slightest hesitation. Had I made all enemies of eternity stand against you, you still would not have wavered. For your firm commitment to enforcing the rules, you have my admiration too. You bring honor to the title of Guardian of Eternity. Now these two return once more to this space. An inevitability of fate, perhaps. Then, let this be our final duel. The conclusion to that which began 500 years ago. Final duel? So you're finally willing to... Stand back, traveler.
Are you going to put it into all of this?
I'm going to be the start of something new. The time our duels took to fight was long enough to witness the rise and fall of nations. The energy they consumed, great enough to pulverize the ocean and turn day into night. And the will they demanded to penetrate minds and crush dreams. Yet, you have endured. I will endure forever. There is no escape.
That was easy.
This is the end. You have won. I believed you were incapable of transcending the past. But it seems my belief was baseless, and I underestimated your spirit. But a will that cannot be eroded has no way to embrace the future. You need not worry about the future, and you aren't alone. I know your power more than anyone else. Had I relied upon my strength alone, I would have lost this duel for sure. Yet, my reason for fighting redefined my martial prowess and redrew my limits. I now carry the gaze of the myriad of expectant eyes that look to the light in the heavens. And whenever I think of this, I feel something stirring within Muso Ishin. The blade that I inherited from Makoto seems to be trying to guide me, to encourage me. I noticed it also. Just now in the heat of battle, it seemed to unleash a new and unfamiliar power. This power is beyond the limits of my understanding. This blade belonged to Makoto. Perhaps it can only respond to me with its full power when I truly understand and believe in her. When I clasped Muso Ishin in my hands, I had the feeling that she was by my side once again. It was at once a familiar feeling and a strange one. Makoto barely wielded a blade in her life, and yet her blade brings me closer to her. You have my approval. Your present will is not the product of erosion. I shall no longer stop you from attempting to modify the rules. From this day forth, this body will remain your assistant. I won't design any more rules that can never be changed. You used to represent my past, but from today onward, you are me. Makoto never saw me as a fearless weapon. Likewise, I should not regard you as a mere tool. You truly have changed. I suppose this is what humans call growth. I understand. I shall become your shadow, just as you were once Makoto's shadow. The duties I perform will not change. But as a warrior, I look forward to the chance to fight like this again in the future. Do you say this because you have not yet reconciled yourself with your defeat? It was simply a new experience for me. One that is worth reliving.
Have you finished fighting then? Like, for real this time?
So Ishin isn't glowing.
Hello, A. And greetings, those those who have come to bear witness. I am Raiden Makoto, the previous Electro Archon, who failed in my duties and left you all to pick up the pieces. Makoto? I'm so happy. You've come so far. I always knew you would make it here in the end. I left a faint fragment of my will in Muso Ishin, so that in the moment that you unleashed its full power, I too would be released. A convoluted way to reach you, but... well, you held such deeply entrenched views at the time that you wouldn't have listened to a word I said. There was no time to wait for you to have a change of heart. Please forgive me. All I could do was find some way to wait until you came to me. But... you never mentioned this to me. Everything happened so suddenly. I'm sorry. I've always felt terrible for having to entrust Inazuma to you all of a sudden. I should have been the one to impart these ideas to you, a little at a time, to dissuade you from your pursuit of stillness. Did you know what was about to happen in Conria? I had some sense of it. That place was not somewhere that any Archon could afford to ignore. In my present form, I can no longer perceive time. I don't know how long we have been separated before this reunion, and I don't know what Inazuma has experienced in the meantime. But I know that this must have been an extremely arduous journey for you. And I'm sure you must have wanted to shed tears many times along the way. Don't look down on me. See? You admit it. It was with this possibility in mind that I left a parting gift for you. Something to soothe Inazuma's pain. Here, take it, before my last shred of consciousness fades away. But it is you who must take the most important step.
The light turned into a seed?
The miracle tree that blesses the people, in this moment new to the world and yet to be known. When to plant it, where it shall bloom. She who brings it into being must let her heart and dreams decide. Grant it life, eh? Is it really? Eternity extends time into infinity. Dreams illuminate each moment within. When both shine in unison, the sacred Sakura blooms from the darkness, finally free from the clutches of the heavenly principles. Now the nightmare has dissipated, and reality is made whole. The vision we both yearn for is still further ahead. My only regret is that I cannot witness Inazuma's future, nor can I walk this journey with you. Do you know, I am so happy right now, because my final wish has now come true. Your polearm once protected me from countless calamities. For this, I've always felt indebted to you. Though I could never repay you in full, this sacred Sakura will buy you some time until you are ready to awaken and embrace the new. What do you think? Did it do the trick? This time, it really is goodbye, eh? Goodbye, Makoto.
Another good cutscene. I really do enjoy doing these story quests. They're really good because you get to see some really good cutscenes
So
and
the
animations.
A of the present planted the sacred Sakura in the realm of consciousness, and it took root in the Inazuma of the past. No matter what you make of it, it's quite incredible.
All of this is thanks to Makoto's power. Her understanding of eternity is much more profound than mine. Eternity is a concept intimately connected with time. When you begin to touch on eternity, the concept of time becomes murky.
I saw wonderful things inside that place. Time was moving forward and backward at the same
A
time.
place where time is meaningless and cannot be understood with ordinary logic. So that was the turbulence I was sensing. Perhaps that is the reason why you were able to return precisely to this point in time without any problems. And yet, that sense of disorderliness has now completely disappeared.
I don't fully understand yet. But my intuition tells me that the reason for everything, it's that seed.
Well, I'm not convinced that it was Makoto's power alone.
Oh, there's a bit of an error here. Because I don't hear any voices. That's a big error right there.
Without a sacred Sakura, Inazuma would likely have been completely swallowed up centuries ago by that disaster and the filth.
I know you've always perceived there was something special about the sacred Sakura, but to me, it has always been there. You've tried in the past to prove to me that there's a connection between the sacred Sakura and Makoto's consciousness, but unfortunately, you never did persuade me, did you?
No, but I understand why now. It was because the sacred Sakura hadn't even been planted then.
But don't you think that tree looked a lot different than how it does now?
The sacred Sakura is within my purview at the shrine, so obviously I get to prune it exactly how I like it.
Ugh. Now we see who's pulling the strings.
I'm joking. That tree has been through a lot since it first sprouted. We have the loving care of Kitsune over the ages to thank for how it appears today. And obviously I played my part too. It's fair to say that very little time passed between the moment you came out of that realm and the moment you re-entered it. But in that same time, centuries of battling took place on the inside, did it not? Traveler, if I'm guessing correctly, you were repeating your wishes to yourself in your mind, weren't you?
Okay, yes I was. Is that significant?
At that time, I could sense A's whereabouts, but I also sensed anomalies in the flow of time within that space. Suffice to say, time added a whole new dimension to our search. Simply establishing a location was not sufficient. Fortunately, your will was strong enough that the turbulence carried you to the moment in time most likely to be the intersection of all that you were wishing for. The flow of turbulence may well have been influenced by Makoto, but it took everyone's efforts combined to ultimately help A. So this time, it looks like thanks are due to you.
Does that mean it wasn't by chance that we ended up at the final duel? We were always meant to be there to witness what was going to happen?
Okay, sorry about that. My parents came into the room and I had to talk to them for a sec. Okay, doesn't see. Perhaps this is what the Shogun meant by an inevitability of fate.
I thought that the flow of time was the same on the inside and the outside, so it was a great shock to me when the traveler reappeared. My first thought was, has a great disaster befallen Inazuma? But it turned out you had come to rescue me. You came for my sake, to help me reach the best possible outcome. You too have my thanks. You have done much for me, and I will never forget it.
Hey, how are you feeling now?
My body has fully recovered, and the Shogun's will no longer fights against me.
Always thrilled to hear you're in good health. But I was really asking about your emotions. Have you managed to calm down? After all, you saw Makoto in there, didn't you?
I only heard her voice. I wouldn't say I saw her. I'll be fine. It brought a few things back, of course, but I've made my decision to move forward. I have to say, this has reminded me once again just how brilliant Makoto was. She predicted all the ways in which Inazuma's future could unfold, all the way back then. She even factored my immaturity into her plan. It's all thanks to her that Inazuma lived to see this day.
Makoto was brilliant, but you made a crucial contribution too.
I just planted a seed.
Your will and hers were both inspirational.
Yeah, it was thanks to everything you
Or
did
maybe
that
I read
you
that
got to
word
see
wrong.
her again. That's amazing.
The final act might be a simple one. Just because the cause and effect ended up a bit back to front doesn't mean you should undervalue part you played.
Thank you.
Today, at long last, you and Inazuma finally emerge from the shadows cast by the events of centuries past. Makoto and you are Inazuma's past and future, and both are indispensable.
It's rare to hear such comforting words from you. I graciously accept them.
Oh, come on. You only think it's rare because you never used to listen to a word I say.
Makoto said the exact same thing.
Great minds think alike, hmm? I wonder, does that qualify me to, maybe, take the position of Shogun for a couple of days? Actually, no. Forget that. Far more trouble than it's worth.
We will have to end the frivolities there. There is much work to be done. The Shogun and I will closely review the Inazuma of today to find out where things currently stand. Then, we will give careful consideration to the future. After that, I will abolish the Sakoku decree.
Really? That's huge news!
I am no longer pursuing an eternity defined by stasis. In which case, there is no further need to keep the nation under lock and key. I don't doubt that many challenges lie ahead for Inazuma.
But out of those challenges will be born new opportunities.
I'm looking forward to it. Many challenges still lie ahead for Inazuma, but I am prepared for them. Abolishing the Sakoku decree has a myriad of implications. It would be folly to say that it will be all positive, and there will be no negative repercussions. For example, I can foresee the outside world posing a threat to Inazuma's businesses. These are the issues that I must work to solve.
Hey, you're thinking about this all so conscientiously. I've only got as far as wondering whether I'll be able to sell entrance tickets to the Grand Narukami Shrine in the future.
Honestly, Miko. Many challenges still lie ahead for Inazuma, but I am prepared for them. Makoto's gaze was always fixed on the people of Inazuma. I always assumed it was because that was her duty. But now, I see that hers was a gaze full of delight and hope. It was not just a duty, but a joy, too. She loved humanity very dearly.
If the people of the past deserve the gods' attention, then so do the people of the future.
Indeed. No longer will I ignore their passions and dreams. Many challenges still lie ahead for Inazuma. To put it bluntly, it was constant torture, with no end in sight. Faced with an endless battle, I had to remain focused at all times. Had my concentration lapsed for but a moment, the Shogun's blade would have taken my life. Safe to say, were it not for my previous experiences in combat, my skills would not have been up to the challenge. I would most certainly have been defeated. And through it all, you also had your part to play. Many challenges still lie ahead for Inazuma.
With that
but
duel,
I am prepared for them.
With that duel that that A had with the Raiden Shogun, I think what it was is that, well, not a lot of time had passed for where we were in the game, but for the Shogun, it had it to where like time had really gone past her while she was dueling. And that was probably why it was such a shock for her to see us all of a sudden.
Yai Miko said nothing of the sort, and the traveler has some nerve making up spurious claims about her while she is still present. Some words are not to be passed on. Trust me, you don't want to know the cost of betraying me. Just think of the things I said to you as our little secret. Understood?
What are you talking about?
Nothing. Ooh, I suddenly want some fried tofu.
Trying to change the subject.
Many challenges still lie ahead for Inazuma, but I am prepared for them.
I have no other questions. See, can I talk to
Many
Miko?
challenges still lie ahead for Inazuma, but I am prepared for them.
I guess that's all of them. So what, did that complete the quest? An unexpected guest, Requiem of the Echo Depths. Okay. Well, this says Interlude Chapter Act 2, and that's Act 4 of Chapter 2, so I'm wondering, is this supposed to happen before this, or is this supposed to happen before this? That is the question. But then again, I've had this one here for ages, so it must be because I have to be at rank 40 because I have to complete the Taurus chapter, which, if we go over to the story quests, is right here, which is no doubt deals with Ito, who I do have. But unfortunately, it says I can't do this quest because I complete the prerequisite quests. I need to complete that chapter Act 1 of Warrior's Dream, like a spring renewing. So, and with the time, I probably wouldn't get very far. So there is actually an event I've been waiting that was coming out that has been released. But before I do that, why don't we do some of the test runs on some of the characters, because I have not done that yet. And apparently from that event, I will get a new character. And since I'm nowhere near the time it would take to get there, I will be doing the quick start on that.
Let's spark things up.
Eat this! Commit it to memory. Make yourselves at home. Yeah. This may hurt a little. It's no scar. Yeah.
Surrender and I'll be gentle.
Come on, we can do it. the Temple of Wisdom! Yeah, yeah. Fire hazard! Ha! Goldfish up down! As a good night show. I'll catch up. Eat this! Here come the fireworks! As a dutiful maid would. Goldfish up down! The fuse is lit!
Okay, onto this event, and since I have not done reach adventure rank for a complete through, yeah, I have not done that, so we'll be doing a quick start. You should complete the Archon quest. Pulses rises in first to get the best experience from this event. You can still unlock the event and experience all the story and gameplay without side quests if you either enter it through. Yes, I wish to continue because I know I am.
Have settled down now. Paimon bets people will be coming up with new and interesting ideas at this.
I don't mind doing it because these are event quests and they're time limited. And even though I have not done Sumeru yet, I think it should be fine. Plus, there's a free character involved.
How about we take a walk around? Huh? There's a new bulletin board here, and it has pictures of.
Interested in capturing well-behaved fungi and getting up close and personal with them? Want to try commanding fungi in combat and experience the thrill? Defeating power fungi of your very own fungi team facing off against other beast tamers in no further the first fit beast tamers tournament. Kind of a bit like Pokemon. Training fungi to fight each other.
But fungi are monsters! We can't let this go ahead. It's way too dangerous. Let's go check out the tournament. If it's as dangerous as it sounds, at least we'll be there to stop things from getting too out of control.
Wait, why am I walking when I can teleport? Okay, that's bull right there.
Welcome, contestants, to the Nilutpala Cup Beast Tamers Tournament. I am Cautilia, a senior Immorta researcher and the organizer of today's tournament. I'm sure you're probably all very intrigued by the idea of fighting fungi and excited at the prospect of our amazing prizes. But at the same time, you may well have some concerns about the safety of this tournament. Worry not, the wisdom orb we've developed exclusively for this event makes use of Immorta's most advanced intellectual boost technology. It is absolutely reliable and safe. So please cast your reservations aside and enter the tournament with confidence. Also, it gives me great pleasure to announce that this event is sponsored by Mr. Elhingen, a renowned businessman from Fontaine who has generously provided a grand total of 60 million mora for our prize fund. And if anyone is able to prove themselves capable of carrying out Mr. Elhingen's philosophy by passing the ultimate trial, he will be willing to give them his entire fortune. The only other condition is that the winner must agree to carry on Mr. Elhingen's legacy by hosting the Nilutpala Cup Beast Tamers Tournament in the future.
Whoa! Paimon can't believe that rich guy threw 60 million mora at this event. Just like that. And what was all that about inheriting his entire fortune if you promise to keep his beast taming tournament going? Also, hosted by an academia scholar, huh? Pretty official. Might be a little inappropriate if we just barged in and tried to shut it down. So, why don't we enter the tournament and see if this wisdom orb thingy actually works?
You just want the prize money, don't you? And also, someone very rich throwing a whole bunch of money at something to purchase on a whim? No, we don't know anybody who's done that, have we? I'm joking, we do know. Someone actually IRL did that not too long ago.
No, that's not it. It's just, now that everything in Sumeru has finally settled down, don't you think it'd be a little unfair to Nahida if we keep picking trouble with the academia? And he sounded really confident. Paimon's curious about how this mysterious fungi taming device works.
What will you do to the fungi?
I know they've caused this trouble in the past. The fungi aren't just aggressive monsters, right? They're more like wild animals with bad tempers. Since there's no longer any safety concerns, we don't need to worry. Maybe we can even try becoming friends with the fungi. Paimon thinks that would be fun. Besides, if we do well in the tournament, we'll be able to earn some extra mora. There are basically no drawbacks.
All right, let's see what the fuss is all about then.
That's the way we roll. Looks like we sign up over there. Come on, let's grab a wisdom orb and enter the tournament.
I've actually been waiting for this event. I'm wondering if you can get the fungi like to help you out later on down the road. That will be neat, like you get the fungi and you can level them up later on after the event ends.
Looks like
if you participated in it.
Still signing up. Let's wait our turn.
Golden Comet and Silver Companion. So, you're competing too?
Huh? You know us? But what's with those names? We've never heard them before.
You're a tough duo if the posters are to be believed. Some mercenaries who managed to escape from you painted your portraits, warning others to avoid messing with you at all costs.
Paimon doesn't know whether to be flattered or to try and explain that we aren't as scary as the rumors suggest.
Unfortunately, the rules of this tournament state the beast tamers aren't allowed to use their weapons, or even fight each other directly. Your impeccable combat skills won't be any use to you here. The tournament is about capturing fungi, training them, and commanding them in combat. There's no way of knowing whether commanding fungi is a skill you'll be able to master in time.
That's true.
In other words,
We've
this
never
game's
captured a
world,
fungus
this
before, wouldn't know
world's
anything
version of
about how to get
Pokemon.
them to fight. Wait a second! You don't look like a staff member! What are you lecturing us for? Who are you anyway?
The name's Sania. I used to work for the Eremites, taming grumpy sumpter beasts. Ended up with a reputation for being a beast tamer, so they got me involved with testing the Wisdom Orb early on. Anyway, my name ain't worth remembering. I'm just an illiterate nobody. All I'm good for is doing odd jobs for Eremite mercs. Just think of me as another contestant. I do have a lot of experience taming beasts, though. Want me to teach you?
Want to team up with us?
You guys are worth me getting to know, as allies or opponents. Because either way, you can get rid of some obstacles for me in this competition. Of course, I prefer allies if possible.
Well, that was blunt, but also quite honest. It's definitely better to have an expert teach us than figure everything out on our own, right? What do you think? Should we take her up on her offer?
All right then. Take this Wisdom Orb and let's go catch some fungi at the designated area.
She gets right to the point, doesn't she?
This is where you'll capture your fungi. The fungi in this area are highly compatible with the Wisdom Orb, and they're ideal for training and competing with. The Wisdom Orb can capture and store fungi. It also serves as a controller. I recommend giving each fungus a code name to make commanding them easier. For example, this one next to me is Pyro 1, which means Pyrofungus number 1.
You just go after elements and then number them? Seems kind of boring to Paimon. This fungus looks pretty lively. Why don't we call it Bouncy Happy Shroom?
Paimon is the best at coming up with names.
Thanks, but no thanks. I've got my own way of naming them, and I'm gonna stick with it. It's simple, straightforward. It helps me with managing them.
Yeah, you're probably used to calling it Pyro 1 anyway. All right, we'll stop. But wait until you hear the great names we come up with for our fungi. You might want to reconsider then.
Okay, the Wisdom Orb, I think what I have to do, I have to go over my inventory and, yep, equip it. Oh man, it will disappear sometime afterwards. I really hope we get to keep the fungi. Okay. In the future, in the fungus capture challenge, fungi will roam the capture zone, and if you are detected as your approaching, they will enter alert state and flee a certain distance from you. The gadget known as Wisdom Orb, when equipped, will change your elemental skill to the capture skill. Hold and aim and use the capture on your target fungi. When you capture it's a fungi, it will add to your capture progress. Other fungi within the zone is affected by electro, they will enter a special activated state with their movement speed. Affected by pyro, it will enter a special scorch state in which movement speed will be decreased. While at that rate, capture progress fills with all to be decreased. Once you capture, the progress reaches maximum. Fungus can't be captured upon, which you can name said fungus based on Paimon's suggestion. Well, wrong button. Captured. Stormlord. They're all, it's just the same name. Bongo head, bongo head, bongo head.
Paimon's a fungi naming expert. Every one of these will sound really cool when you call them out in the arena.
The names he came up with for the second fungus.
The round hat on this little guy's head kinda looks like a drum, don't you think? The first thing that came to Paimon's mind when she saw it was, if you hit it on the head, it's definitely gonna go bing bong. How does the name Bongo Head sound?
I think Bing Bong is optimistic. Probably more like Squit-ish.
Look how happy it looks. That means it likes the name. Okay then, Bongo Head it is. Aw, Bongo Head's just like a little puppy. Paimon's never seen this side of a fungus before. From now on, we need to look out for each other, Bongo Head. Okay, let's go catch some more fungi and make a team for Bongo Head.
Well, we got another one already. We got an Electro. Okay, I can't use it here. I need to go to another capture site. I thought I could use it again. Oh crap, I actually... Wait, no, hold on. Okay, there we go. I was clicking on something and I accidentally hit the dock button that took away the chat, so I couldn't see it for a second. But don't worry, I got it back up. I like the name Crasher Basher. Cool it. yeah, that's the name we're gonna go with for it. We're gonna go with Cool It.
Great, you've now collected all 4 fungi. The next step is to use the floral jelly provided by the organizers to boost your fungi's abilities. That way, they'll be able to unleash powerful skills during combat.
Paimon can't believe we're making progress so quickly. we? It's all thanks to your help, Hania. Alright, let's all return to the arena now. Huh? Look, someone's staggering along with a fungus running circles around her. Is she being attacked? She's collapsed! Let's go see what's happening. I can't go on. Too weak. Are you hurt? How bad is it?
Pyro
Watch
1,
out.
take it out!
Wait, it's not an enemy. It's my shroom buddy. I'm just a little too tired to walk right now, but I still need to find 3 more shroom buddies to qualify for the tournament.
Shroom buddies?
You mean you're a contestant too? I wasn't counting on running into other contestants here. Maybe this is the end of the road for me. Twirly Whirly on its own is no match for you. Look after Twirly Whirly for me. Take him with you to the top. Hey, don't give up. It's not like we're a bunch of eremites trying to steal your fungi. Your shroom buddies. We're better than that. You should at least hang in there until we're in the arena, so we can compete against each other properly. Hania over here is a professional beast tamer, and despite knowing that we might be her fiercest competitors, she still gave us lots of help and advice.
Was that supposed to be a compliment?
Paimon's really getting into this.
State your name and mission. Golden Comet and Silver Companion shall gladly come to your aid. Really? Then could you please help me collect the rest of the 4 shroom buddies I need? Does this mean my luck is finally starting to change? My name is Layla. I'm just a student in the Ratawe Darshan, so I don't have any impressive titles or anything. And my goal is to make it into the quarterfinals. If I can make it to the quarterfinals, I'll get to take my shroom buddies home and delegate some of my physical labor to them. Of course, I'll take good care of them, too. Oh, yeah! Paimon read that in the rules somewhere. All quarterfinalists get to take home any fungi of their choice.
Oh, does that mean we get to take some of the buddies home with us?
What do you mean physical labor? You're a student. Shouldn't you be busy with coursework and writing papers? This is pretty embarrassing, but, so I must have some sort of congenital sleep disorder or something, 'cause I can never seem to get enough sleep, and I'm always really low on energy. Even the smallest amount of exercise makes me... Well, you saw me just now. I get so tired, I collapse from exhaustion. So when I said physical labor, I just meant basic stuff like moving books around or fetching things I need from the store. You don't need to be embarrassed about that. It's totally normal. Paimon delegates chores to him all the time.
First she calls them buddies, then she talks about wanting to live with them? Ridiculous. She sounds just like Elhingen. Well, looks like you've mastered everything already and moved on to helping others. I'm delighted for you. I'll see you around. Good luck.
Huh? Why is Hania leaving all of a sudden? We haven't thanked you or Pyro 1 yet, Hania! Let's at least go get something to eat together!
And off she goes.
What's wrong? That beast tamer, is she angry? Probably not. She's pretty blunt and doesn't make a great first impression, but she's definitely not a bad person. Otherwise, why would she have helped us?
Maybe she has something urgent to do. We'll see her again at the tournament.
Yeah, we'll see her again. And when we do, let's give her some gifts to show her our gratitude. In the meantime, let's follow her example by doing our best in the tournament, helping other contestants, and making sure Layla gets to compete.
Thank you so much. I'll try my best to contribute too. I don't want to be a burden to you guys.
Nicely done. Now that we've put together Layla's team, she should be eligible to take part. Let's head back to the arena and confirm with them.
Oh, there's another one over there. It says... Before we actually do, let's go over and see maybe we can get another fungi, because I know we have one of each type, but I don't think we have a dendro yet, so maybe that's where we go and get a dendro. Oh, I'll go wrong way. Ah, there's a dendro. Captured. Blaze sword. Bloom soon. I like this quest because it's easy to get the mushrooms, and I want to see what other ones we can get because I'm pretty sure there's more than just those 6 that I've caught.
You are not welcome here.
They're ruining my shots.
You pay for that.
Okay, that's it. They're done. I'm taking them out.
You wait.
Oh, great. They made me kill one.
Your life is mine.
Fate is upon you.
Where did I...
Wind blade. Wind blade.
I'm getting sick of this.
Blood repays blood.
Delve into destiny.
Oh, I did capture him. Flame Wrath. Shroom Terror. Yes. I think that it, but before I do, I'm gonna go over. Now that I have 8. And I have a good selection to choose from. Heal up first. I think that's a good name for one of them, Shroom Terror. A play on words of Storm Terror.
Scry the sky. The stars are fading.
Let Paimon see how the qualifying rounds are looking. Great! We're in a different group from Layla, so we won't have to compete against each other in the early stages of the competition.
Actually, I hope I don't have to fight you guys in the later stages either.
Oh? Hello there, little ones.
Miko,
Sure
I wasn't
enough,
expecting
you're
her
at
to
the
see
center
her
of the action
here.
once again. You two truly are like the main characters in your own light novel.
Miko? What are you doing here? Is Paimon hallucinating?
This tournament was advertised far and wide, including all the way over in Inazuma. They even handed out flyers in front of Yai Publishing House. Don't you think a tournament like this makes a perfect candidate for light novel treatment?
It does seem like a good place to find source material.
Yai Publishing House is working on a bestseller that, if all goes to plan, will stay a bestseller for the next 50 years. The theme is friendship and rivalry, so we decided to bring our up-and-coming author Soka here to gather some inspiration. I, of course, need to ensure my writer's manuscripts are up to par, so I will be taking part in the tournament myself to get a little taste of what it's like. Here's my little partner in crime. Soka named it Blitzara. I think it's rather good. Very distinctive.
Who knew there'd be such a big turnout? Even Miko's here.
Soka, come say hi to the little ones. They're set to be some of the fiercest competition you face in the tournament. You should put them in your novel as major characters.
Yes, Chief Editor! For the sake of my readership, I won't back down. I'll beat you!
See you in the arena.
Just because you're with Miko doesn't mean we'll go easy on you.
Ooh, yes. More of that. Do you feel that, Soka? Declaring a challenge to your archenemy in the making before the competition begins is a key plot device that helps build dramatic tension.
I wouldn't say I'm feeling that exactly. Just thinking about competing against Her Excellency's Hanamizaka tour confidant is making me so nervous. I'm losing my mind.
In that case, head back to the inn and capture your nervous breakdown in writing while it's still fresh. This'll make excellent source material, too.
She's terrifying, but she also seems really dedicated to her craft. I hope we can be friends.
And who is this softly spoken little lady?
She's our new friend, Layla. We met her while we were out capturing fungi. Layla's entering the tournament because she wants to take her trained fungi back home to live with her. Her goal is to make it to the quarterfinals.
Training fungi, and then domesticating them? How fascinating. You must be full of secrets. There's an intriguing story to be told here, no doubt. I'm Yai Miko, a light novel editor. purely out of personal interest, and right now what I'm most interested in is you. Nice to meet you. The pleasure is all mine.
I have no idea how to respond to that. Traveler, Paimon, I really appreciate all your help. But I want to get to know my 4 shroom buddies a little better and prepare for the qualifiers, so I'll go do some training now.
Don't push yourself too hard, Layla! You'll end up collapsing from exhaustion again! Miko, what are you doing scaring a new friend off like that?
Oh, am I really so terrifying? Well then, I'll simply have to talk to her again another time to clear things up. But that can wait. Judging from your expression, it seems like you have something you want to say to me, little one.
What are you really doing, Sumeru?
I'm comforted to know that you didn't lose your heads amidst the hype, and you're not just in this to have some fun. Unfortunately, though, it appears that we're about to be interrupted.
Guji Yae, what an honor to finally meet you. We're so privileged that our tournament is your first destination in Sumeru.
Huh? Isn't that the organizer? And that super rich businessman is here too.
Goodness, I presume that the tournament is proceeding very smoothly indeed. Otherwise, how would the host and sponsor themselves have the time to spare to chat with contestants one-on-one?
How you jest, Guji Yae! Those such as your esteemed self deserve nothing short of the most lavish reception Sumeru has to offer. I see you've already had the chance to try out the Wisdom Orb. What are your thoughts on the future prospects of this technology? You know, with your blessing, it can be introduced into Inazuma, allowing you to swiftly resolve the situation of,
Right now, I am nothing but an ordinary editor-in-chief. I'm here to enjoy my vacation and gather some inspiration along the way. And if I can at all help it, I'd rather not concern myself with such weighty topics as the future fate of nascent technologies.
Don't be so pushy, Mr. Cautilia. Droning on about the Academia's business ambitions is hardly respectful to our honored guest, who has traveled all the way from the land of thunder to be here. Not to mention that Guji Yae is busy catching up with her friends. I dare say it was both unnecessary and discourteous to interrupt their conversation like this.
A most pertinent remonstration coming from you, Mr. Elhingen. You do conduct yourself in such an unobtrusive manner, much as you have in your entire career, quietly amassing an enormous fortune while remaining almost entirely unknown.
Why, to hear such high praise from the great Guji Yae is more prestige than I could ever hope for. Please, should you require anything at all, do not hesitate to seek my assistance. I will do everything within my ability to make your stay in Sumeru an enjoyable one. Also, to have the renowned traveler here at the tournament is an unexpected delight. I'm very much looking forward to seeing you in action.
Thank you.
Miko, they're here to do business with you, right? Should you really be turning them away like this? Especially the rich guy? Paimon thinks working with him could have a lot of advantages for Yae Publishing House.
Promoting an entirely new event throughout all of Teyvat so rapidly would be an impossible feat for any ordinary businessman. I, for one, do not wish for Yae Publishing House to be the subordinate partner in a business relationship with him. Besides, the tournament has only just begun. Who knows whether it will go on to be a success? I want to focus on trying to enjoy myself, while keeping one eye open for potential liabilities.
So you've noticed.
Fungi may look adorable, but they carry potent elemental energy inside their bodies. Letting one's guard down around these creatures would be an unwise move, don't you think?
So it wasn't just us. Yeah, we started out with some safety concerns about this event, but the Wisdom Orb seems pretty amazing. At least all the fungi we used it on have been very well behaved, like our bongo head here. Seems we don't need to be too nervous after all.
Oh, Paimon, you're just as carefree and enthusiastic as ever. Well, it's about time for me to get into character. As a contestant, I need to go and get ready for the tournament. See you in the qualifiers. Blitzara, say goodbye to our friends.
Coming here was a great idea. Look at us, making new friends, bumping into Miko. Oh, this competition is shaping up to be a whole lot of fun. Come on, let's go get some floral jelly for Bongo Head's training, like Hania suggested.
Ah, the champions to be, here at long last. Come on now, use the floral jelly and awaken your fungi's true potential.
Champions to be? Thanks for the compliment. So you've heard about us too?
Of course. I was standing right next to you when you collected your wisdom orb. I couldn't find a convenient opportunity to introduce myself, as Hania was busy explaining the tournament to you. With an expert mentor like Hania, I'm sure you'll become excellent beast tamers in no time.
If even the staff are singing her praises, Hania must really know what she's doing. Well, all the more reason to give it our all.
During potential challenges, you must use floral jellies for form blends that your fungi enjoy. Once you have absorbed them, they will awaken their potential. You switch to exchange the position of the two adjacent floral jellies. Use rotation shift floral jellies once in a clockwise direction. Well, I'll have to do that on my own time because unfortunately it is that time where I will have to end stream. Unfortunately, because we've gone past the 3-hour mark. But please do stick around because we are going to raid somebody and you will be getting extra channel points from the raid. So I'll take us back over the chat and we'll find somebody to raid. Okay. Here. Have a little bit of a hiccup on my end with it. Hold on a sec. Okay, I'm back. Now let's see who is on and we'll rate them. Rated Hachi yesterday. Let's see, who shall we rate? Let me see what Kami's up to. I know he is one of Chibi's model siblings, so let's see what he's up to. It says he's playing Minecraft. So let's see how things are going for him. Because I have not rated him before. So I have rated Chibi a bunch of times, and I've rated her and her other of her siblings. So let's see what he's currently up to.
And love you right now.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay. Like he's doing some Pokemon related in Minecraft. So why don't we raid him? That'd be a good choice. So while I do that, let me give you guys your raid messages so you guys can copy those. This one is for subs. This is for non-subs. Oh, almost forgot, need to close that. I hope everybody enjoyed today's stream today. I know I did, because we got to learn more about riding Shogun, and we got to get a little started on the mushroom event that's going on currently in Genshin. I will be back tomorrow. Not tomorrow. I will be back on Friday with Cyberpunk 2077. In the meantime, I'm going to continue working on getting the model ready and everything, because I got a lot of stuff I got to do on the model, because apparently in order to get it ready. So I'll be back on Friday. Though next Saturday, I don't know if I'll be streaming, because something is very important to me on that day. And depending on how things go, I may not be streaming next Saturday. But I will be streaming. I do know I will be streaming Friday and Sunday. But let me go ahead and get this raid started for you guys, and I'll send you guys on over. Okay, raise is starting now. Again, I'd like to thank again for everybody who came to the stream today. I hope you all enjoyed the stream today and enjoyed watching those epic cutscenes when we were doing the story of riding Shogun, because I know I certainly did. Those were definitely worth the wait. I know it was a bit slow, but that's how sometimes quests can be sometimes, where they're just a little bit slow. But I enjoyed it, the story and learning more, especially that finale. That was really good. And we got to capture some mushrooms. But anyway, I am going to say goodnight, evening, morning, afternoon, whatever it is your time zones. Everybody, thank you for coming, and I will see everybody later.